I don't know if we can stream this whole thing. It's gonna lag. Your presence is heaven to me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Well, this is the craziest deal. We're trading 4 items, 4 provinces, and we're giving him $31,000, 1,000 copper coins, 5 food, and we're submitting as a vassal to the kingdom of Shuhan, which betrayed us, kind of, the previous turn, and we are given a guarantee of autonomy. So we're going to be given peace. Well, this is a very expensive piece. Thank you, God. We're going to rebel and take these lands back. You just wait, mister. You just wait. We have to do this because there's just way too many armies. There's just way too many armies to deal with. We're fighting a war in the south, and we can't. He's actually completely like his armies are distributed. Oh shoot! Did we do that? His armies are completely stacked in our lands, in our territory. He's been infiltrating our land. So we have to try that again. Alright, here we go. So become a vassal of Shuhan. Demand guarantee of autonomy. We're going to make a regular food trade. A 5. We're going to give him painfully 4 territories. We're going to give him 2 territories that don't give any gold. These defensive fortifications cost money to hold up over here. And then we're going to give him this land, which is... We were actually happy to give him this land compared to something else, because this land, we just betrayed our former liege. Our former liege is north of us, and we are scared that he's going to crack back on us really hard, and we want to encourage our former liege to fight with this guy that's now our new liege. So we're going to give him this area between me and my former liege, so I didn't need to worry as much. We're going to give him this poor land that's producing not too much, but it's producing food. So we're having food shortages and rebellions. Jesus, oh, Jesus. And we're going to give him a payment. We're pretty wealthy. We have 300,000 gold, but we do not have, we've had food problems, and we're not really able to fight too many wars because satisfaction's... What's missing here? Alright, now we're going to give him 4 items that I had to... Oh, you're joking. I have to unequip those now. Alright, here we go. I thought I had to go find these again. I was like, no way. I have to give him all my best items. 4 of my best items. We're gonna bump it up a little bit. We can't have him reject this deal. Like, this seems like a really bad deal, but this is this is the best case scenario for something bad. Well, thank you, God, for this game. It's actually really exciting to be in this simulation. Like, this is actually as close as it really gets to getting bullied and having to submit to a lord. It's horrible. I like Jesus as my Lord. I do not like Liu Bei as my governor. Wow. Wait, what? Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna do something pretty cheeky. I've come to grips with the fact that I am a time traveler. I go back in time when it doesn't go well. That's how you learn from the simulation. You go through some seriously bad. I'm gonna just resave it as the post. The Shuhan Wutugu pack. We don't know if we're gonna keep the stream going. It's kind of laggy. Wutugu. But so far we're okay. This one turn has had so many saves. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, your presence is heaven to me. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, your presence is heaven to me. All my days on earth I will the moment that I see you face to face. Nothing in this world will satisfy. Can we get this back? I think we got this back, right? 'Cause Jesus, you're the cup that won't run dry. So I'm gonna do something cheeky. I'm gonna sell these lands to. I'm gonna sell this to him and hopefully get out of a war. You're gonna sell as many lands to Shuhan. Dude, Shuhan's so huge. Your So we're legit going to sell our most valuable lands. Your presence is heaven. Chang'an needs to be sold. I don't believe I could hold this. Heaven to me. Oh, I can't sell this? How come? Oh no. Oh Jesus. Oh, I'm gonna lose these. I should have gave them to him. Jesus, oh Jesus, your presence is heaven to me. I want to sell the Zitong. I'm a real estate agent selling all my lands to this guy. How come I can't sell this then? What? Oh. That's pretty good. Your presence. Let's go. The one thing good about doing business with Shuhan is he does these gorgeous deals. He does these fat deals. Okay. I want to trade more territory to him. I actually want to sell this land to him, but I can't sell it to him. Trade. Miss. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, your presence is heaven to me. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus. Heaven to me. Every coin counts. Give him the land that's going to be under attack ASAP, man. Great doing business with you. Look at that land. Look at that land. Is heaven to me. Oh, Jesus. Thanks for watching. We're going to stop stream so it lags less. But that was a really interesting business deal. It is a crazy little game we're here. I made a mistake for sure because I tried out a different line of bartering, but we're going to play this one out. And my mistake is I thought I could sell these two. I can't sell these two provinces because they're not bordering hid. So we're about to lose some. It actually might be worth going back. Now that we've learned from the experience, it might be worth going back. It depends whether we actually want there to be a war between Matang and technically, the main mistake going this line of play is we are losing a lot of gold. We lost standing with Matang. We lost diplomacy. But technically, we need to trigger a war with our Shu Han. Like we're trying to, like this empire is just so fat. Like just look how strong this guy is. He's like way too strong. So he has too much power. He has too much money. I actually needed to create a war between the Duchy of Liang, which is Matang, and the Kingdom of Shu Han. Like I'm hoping to actually go to war with the group I just allied myself with. They have to, otherwise, it's going to snowball out of control eventually. And we need to claim all the non-Man tribes. Heaven to me. It's really hurting us. Not being able to unify the non-Man tribes has actually led to significant problems. And one of the non-Man tribes is a vassal of Shu Han. And that guy is the one that triggered this super expensive war against me. He basically declared, it wasn't Shu Han that declared war with me. I was on such good terms with Shu Han, and then the non-Man the king of the Nanman, who's his vassal state, actually declared war on me while I'm in the middle of a war with a completely different country, and that required me to do some really, really desperate things. But I'm debating about how hard should I defend Wutugu. There's about to be some serious bloodshed in this valley, and this could have been worth a lot of gold. I'm debating about going back in time. I think I'm gonna go back in time because I think there's a couple of ways of playing games like this. There's the way of basically saying, okay, I'm never going to go back. Okay. But there's another way of viewing it as a simulation because this is my first time playing Three Kingdoms Total War, so I had no idea how half the new mechanics worked, and I figured them out the hard way. So I think we're also playing on a kind of easier difficulty. We're on normal mode. We just beat Shogun Total War on hard, so I think, and we're also experimenting with somebody's mods. Like we're playing with someone's mods, which the mod's pretty good so far. I think we would benefit more by going back in time and seeing how things play out and learning from that, and then restarting a new campaign and trying hard mode where you can't go back. Like that makes more sense to me because at that point I'd already understand the mechanics. Also, it's interesting to just see certain interactions. Like for example, the only thing that went wrongly with what I just did was I couldn't sell two provinces I planned on selling, and I couldn't sell them because they didn't border his provinces. But technically, I thought they bordered his provinces because I gave him a gatehouse. Like the gatehouse province borders my province, but they didn't count that as a bordering province. So that actually created a dilemma because I was basically going to lose. I just was about to lose some serious value. So what we're going to do is we're going to be aggressive here. We're going to ask for a liberation, and we're going to sell our most valuable. Oh, should we sell Chang'an? Chang'an is really, really valuable, but I just don't know if I can hold it. The thing is, Chang'an is valuable, but I can't protect it. If I can't protect it, it goes back to like, if you can't protect something, let's try something else. So they declared war on us. We're like, what to do? So first thing first, we're going to get into a treaty. This is our former lord, Duchy of Liang. We're going to say, look, just instead of declaring independence, we're going to ask for independence. It's so much cheaper. This is so much cheaper, I think, in the long run. So we're going to trade territories. We're going to actually get rid of our most valuable territory to him. Sell our most valuable territories. These two territories, this has been my capital for such a long period of time. But it's so far from where I'm deploying armies right now, and I have no interest in fighting a war in the north. The powers in the north are just seriously... They're ready. They're like ready for war. I could easily fight them later because I've been stockpiling on gold, but I can't fight them while I'm simultaneously fighting wars in the south. And so we're going to give him Jiangzhou. Okay, we're gonna give him. Why? Are you serious? I can't give people my capital. I can't give people my capital. Or he has no bordering provinces. Does he seriously have... Wait. Is it because it's my capital? It looks like it's because it's my capital I can't trade it, not because I don't... I want to trade it, but I can't trade it. Okay, so we're going to give him... And also care about our reputation. I've learned that we're playing this game where we can't even make alliances. Because we... If you're playing the Nanman faction, you just can't make alliances unless you unify the tribes. Like, this is such an interesting, complicated dilemma. We can't make normal diplomatic maneuvers simply because we haven't united the non-Mon tribes, which is really unfortunate. I think that's slightly illogical, but that's how it is. So we're going to give him this, and then we're going to say, look, we'll pay you 30,000. Like 30,000 is not a big deal. I could sell. This is the wrong button. I think it's 3,100. 31,000. Oh, gee. Dude, that's like super not necessary. It's so unnecessary. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's so unnecessary. Let's do another thing. So you're just gonna gift him stuff. Let's gift him. What? Wait, that was really interesting. I just saw something. How come Emperor Dong Lai? Lao Si? Oh, there's two emperors. There's two emperors. Okay. Okay, so I need to take my. Sorry, everyone who has valuable gifts and valuable items. We are about to get rid of you. So we're just gonna barter these. These things are okay. They're not really that valuable to us, and I actually value the gold more at this stage. A lot more. Your breath. I wish it was a little bit. I wish the unequipping action was a little bit more smooth, but okay. So now we're gonna make some massive deals with your presence. Okay, so we're gonna say, please let me go. Please let me go. Okay. And then we're going to give you the territory you wanted the most. We know this. You've been coveting this place for a long time. And then we're going to give you some goodies so you can take home. Let's just give him 2 bows. I don't even use these things. And then we close the... so we give him useless stuff. Jesus. Oh man, I want to give him another useless thing. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Please pay me. How much can I get away with? Okay. Whew. It was nice doing business with you. Maybe we could hold on to that. Now let's negotiate for peace. Okay. Let's become a vassal of Shuhan. Understood. Let's give you some territory. Let's give you the passes that have been losing me money. So give you the things that lose me money. That's right. Then what's this called? Basi Zitong is pretty much generating nothing, no revenue for me anyway. These wars are really taking a toll on my economy. I just want to be at peace, racking up gold, you know? I don't really want to be fighting people. I just want to have my turtle hat and be at peace. Is it too much to ask? Apparently, yes. Lao. How come I can't give him this? Wait, what? How come I can't give him? Wait, what? So they give him Lao Zong? Ooh, this is actually much easier. Oh, this is actually way better than what it was earlier. Should we give him this? It's better. It's farther. Oh, that one's already. That city wants to rebel. Oh, this is so. Dude, why is it so expensive? Are you serious? Alright. Oh, request free trade. Fine. Dude, so even asking for 50 gold is asking. Oh, I need a. Oh, gee. Oh, this is where I give him the useless stuff. Your presence is heaven to me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Your presence is heaven. There we go. There we go. There we go. Can we be friends now? I gave you 2 passes. I want to sell him Han Chang and Zitong. Let me save because I'm gonna maybe might get this might lag out. This is the. Heaven. Hi, welcome to stream. Oh, Jesus. I think this route is better because it's it wasn't actually better to do the so betraying my lord wasn't exactly a good idea because it actually made my second deal more expensive anyway. So so if I asked Who am I still at war with? Okay. Basically, if I betrayed my former lord, it made all my deals more expensive because my trust rating became untrustworthy. I don't want to be untrustworthy. Oh, oh, I should sell all these lands. Wait, hold on. Oh, these lands are so valuable, though. I shouldn't sell these lands. Okay. See, these lands are not so valuable. The Zitong. This is only generating 24 gold. Why are they so bad? Oh, this one's even trying to rebel. This city's even trying to rebel against me. How dare you rebel? After all, I've been such a peaceful ruler. I have been developing all these cities. I've been building all these cities. I've been taking great care of them. None of these lands haven't seen warfare for like 10 years. No joke. Like in this game, you can go back 10 years. We've already gone back to. It's pretty cool. Let's just check it. You could actually go back 10 years. This is like step 10 years back in time. So 10 years ago versus right now, right? This area. So, oh, that's the timeline. So if we go to right now, right, 2018, this land is at peace, right? No, you don't see any change, no change, no change, no change. This land has been well managed under my care. 10 years, no change, no wars, nothing, nothing. 2006, 2005. Well, okay. So starting from not 2000, but the year 205, that's when I was completing the conquest of that region. So to be fair, it was completely conquered in 2007. It seems 207, and from 207 forward, that land had not changed hands. If anything, I just sold off the peripheral areas, and they're ungrateful. They're always rebelling. They're not paying taxes. What is this? Give me life. Open my eyes. Like, you, Lord. I love you, Lord. You took my life. You, Lord. That at least makes some money. But I actually also want to sell these lands away, primarily because I'm moving away from this region entirely. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be there when there's going to be a massive war that's coming between these northern powers and whoever is in the middle. Meanwhile, I've got these guys to worry about down south, right? So I can't fight here. And if they are not even paying taxes. Like it actually costs more money sometimes to keep them up. I love you, Lord. I have to like Zitong. Okay, Zitong. Okay, Zitong. It's good. I don't want that anymore. Hanchang. Okay, I don't want you at other anymore. And this guy pays massive gold. Liu Bei is paying massive gold for every single region. I've sold him half the land he owns was once mine that I sold to this guy. He's such a baller. He's always rich. That's the only reason why I have 300,000 gold is because I sold all this stuff to him. Thank you. So I could sell these regions, but these regions are actually profitable. Let's deal one thing at a time. Oh, like look, he's gonna pay money. He's gonna pay like 100,000, 160K for this, which is way more than they were ever going to make in rent or taxes. You know, they were. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 160,000. Sure. Give him garbage. He has my gift. He has all my best items too. 157. $157,000, Lupe. No, it's not dollars. This is okay. 100. 140. No, that's too low. Now you're lowballing me. These are good lands. I've taken. Oh, there we're gonna go. It's 146. 146,000. 146,000 copper coins. Wow, we're still looking good. 147,000. How come it didn't go through last time? Wow. We should even push even. I mean, this guy's paying 147,000 copper for 2 properties that don't even generate revenue for me. Like, one of them is generating 400 gold per turn. 400 gold per turn is. Let's do some math. It wasn't good. 147,500 divided by 400. It's QG. So actually, this bad situation is coming up. It would have taken 368 turns for this property to generate this value. 368 turns. Thank you. Come again. Deal signed. Whew. Whew. Now I need food. Like, legitimately, I have a food shortage problem. Gee. The only problem about requesting food from these deals is because they really tie you down. Because food is given over turns. It's like given in over a 10-turn period. And who knows what's going to happen in 10 turns? He might just break that deal. So I might be dealing a deal with him for food, and it might look nice, and then he's like, "Nope, I'm not giving you food anymore," and then I'm in a crappy situation. I highly recommend this game for people interested in Chinese history, interested in serious fantasy. Serious fantasy, what do you call it? Role playing, because it's not like perfect, but it's pretty. It gives you a pretty good idea. Like, I've learned a couple things in this simulation. Like, I've learned about the geography of China. Like, I've learned how painful it is to get through these lands. Like, you can't see it anymore now because it's shadowed. But this Chang'an means the long or perpetual peace. The perpetual peace. And it was the capital of China during this period of time. And it's not that hard to see why it was the capital of China. Because there are so many mountains. There's a river, the Yellow River is right here. So they have rivers. Then they have 2 fortresses here. There's like 2 fortresses that guard the only passage, Tong Pass and Wu Pass. They both block the entrance to Chang'an from the east. And to the south, you're blocked by mountains. Like, this place is really defensible. And it's also easy to get supplies to via the rivers. And you can and it actually has rivers crisscrossing the region, so the region's fertile. So this is pretty much like prime real estate going down here. And it's kind of central in the location. So you can't be invaded very easily. You can't be rebelled very easily against it. Now I've got an isolated problem. Like, my lands are not continuous at all. I look like the Holy Roman Empire. Just everything's just flying. And how are we going to deal with this food problem? Because the food problems are related to rebellions. And generals abandon me. Generals have been abandoning me. Which is the main reason why I'm losing wars. Or I'm afraid of losing wars. I've actually been winning the wars recently. But I'm afraid, and the wars are a lot more difficult because I can't keep my food on par with my... Like, once you have such a large army, once you have such a large empire, you need a large army. And if you're fighting in multiple places, clearly I have 4 different zones, 4 different theaters of war. This area, this area, this area, this area. This area has been at peace. We've been able to stabilize this region. The southern region is newly conquered, and I'm surrounded on every single side. I'm surrounded. Right here is my veteran crack troops are just... They're just coming off of a very successful campaign, but the treason was like crazy. I mean, just look how many armies this is. All these armies were enemy armies. like in one turn they were peaceful, and then the next turn they were all enemies, and they're completely. And I had just successfully conquered this region. It took so long to conquer this region for my one of my rivals that it's like, wow, I have to sue for peace. Suing for peace is necessary. If I don't sue for peace, they're just going to straight up steal what I just took forever to fight. And I'm interested in fighting Lady Wu for the South. Lady Wu is my equal. That's another problem. I had such a massive empire, and I'm fighting Lady Wu, and I'm her equal in terms of military power. But I have the advantage in terms of gold. I have an advantage on people. I'm probably the richest person in the game at the moment. But I am. You can only summon so many armies at a given time. You can only have so many armies. It doesn't actually matter how much gold you have for a while. And I was actually engaged like being vassalized has a positive to it, and that's literally it stops most wars against you. Only the wars that you and your new lord, your new liege, have in common remain. And so if they didn't have a common war, like the red player is not at war with Shuhan, and I was fighting a war with red player. Now we're at peace, a forced peace. So it gives me a chance to regroup my forces and prepare for the next round of fighting, because I was getting into I ran into this pickle here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was running into this pickle. I'm gonna go eat lunch, but it's actually really cool to just review the geography and see the map. Jeez. Our goal is to make it to our homeland. Our homeland is this island. Our ancestors are from this island. So can we get to the island? I've been trying. This southern region is such a painful thing to go through. It's forests, mountains, it's jungles and mountains, and there's a river, and everything moves so slowly. So actually, the conquest of the South took a really long time, and it's arguably not even really worth it, which is ironic. It's not worth it from a financial standpoint. This region's generating 0 gold. This region's generating 592 gold. Like, this region's poor. So you might ask, why are you even fighting for the South? I have to, because if I it got really complicated because of how the mission structures work. But I had to actually fight for the South because I couldn't progress forward, and I still can't progress forward because I needed to unite the tribes. I only have 9 out of 19 tribes conquered, so I have to conquer all the tribes before I can even make the treaties with people, alliances, which is a major problem. I love you, Lord. Like, if you, I need the tribes to give me fealty, and if they give me fealty, that's when he evolves to the next level. This region is so complicated though, because let's look at ownership of this region. Black represents the old superpower, which I'm very grateful he's been shattered. That's not good. So let's say blue, green is me. I've conquered the green in the south. Blue in the south is the old superpower, who is also a vassal of dark blue. So dark blue is totally winning in this version. He's the king, and so blue is subservient to him, and I am now subservient to dark blue. But gray has made a comeback. Gray was really pushed into a corner and has made a comeback and has been eating blue alive. This blue alive, partially because blue overextended and started wars over here, and the king crushed him so badly that he had no armies and no money to fight even this small player. So we've been losing land to that. And then meanwhile, I have invaded from the south, from the north into the south, and I have been stealing the lands of red, of not red, but Sun Wu. Lady Wu was really strongly fortified in this region, and on top of it, Shamok. I don't know if they're allies, but Shamok was. I'm hunting Shamok. Shamok is like the terrorist leader. He's like the guerrilla war fighter. I've been hunting him down for the longest time. This guy can't die. I've been trying to kill. I've been trying to kill his faction forever because if we look at fealties, let's see. Shamok has fealty. So if I conquer Shamok, I will unite like at least 6 tribes. I think at least 6 tribes are under Shamok right now. So that's why I'm hunting him down. I'm not hunting him down because he's valuable. I'm hunting him down because he's the tribal leader. And I'm in a dilemma because I'm trying to become king of the Nanman, but there already is a king of the Nanman. And he's the guy that I'm really unable to attack because he's blue. Blue is also the king of the Nanman, and I'm trying to become king of the Nanman. Nanman? And to become king of the Nanman would require me to go to war with the king of China. Because he's a subservient king to the king of China. So that's complicated. So somehow we're going to need to create the conditions where this kingdom Shu is down. And part of my strategy for doing that, which I guess is not working, because my strategy has been in effect. I've been trying to sell him land, so I'm trying to make him poor and expose him to more enemies, but no one wants to attack him. And he's just getting so rich. Everyone's submitting to him, and he's becoming, slowly and surely, he's becoming the emperor. Meanwhile, Red is fighting me because she's too scared to fight. Everyone's too scared to fight the king, basically. But in order to fight the king, we're all going to need to rebel against him at the same time. So I'm going to need to trigger massive rebellions between everybody and the emperor. Lady Wu's really fortified too in this situation. All this region here is a level 10 settlement, level 10 settlement. These level 10 settlements are the highest level fortification, level 10. So he's got this defensive line going on, level 10, level 10, level 10. I don't know how long she's been in control of this region, but obviously it must have been a long time because this entire little border we have, up until this point, these are all easy settlements. You could just attack them and immediately take them. But these settlements, you can't attack them and take them. You have to besiege them. And if we besiege them, it gives her an opportunity to raise more military forces like she did in this area. We were able to take in a blitzkrieg, we were able to take away lands and beat them in small encounters because it's very hard for her to it's hard for her to bring up more than one army at a time in these regions. And Nanman versus Han, we're the Nanman, right? So we're the southern foreign faction. We are different than the Han Chinese faction, which is pretty much everybody else, other than the tribes of the south. And the tribes of the south benefit from fighting in the jungles, and they benefit basically fighting in small scale combat, as far as I can tell. When I've been fighting, basically if I'm outnumbered, but we're fighting at a very... If we're outnumbered, but we're fighting them in small scale warfare, we win. We'll triumph. But if we are fighting them 4 armies versus 4 armies, we're in trouble. If we're fighting them evenly, so if we are outnumbered, but it's like 100 guys versus 150 guys, we win that. But if we're fighting 1,000 versus 1,000, they win. They have better technology, they have better armies, they have better units. So it's pretty cool how there's a mod, I think, tomorrow. The mod that they said on Discord they're going to update this mod. And so they're actually going to add new units to the Nanman faction. So the faction I am is going to be benefiting from that. Because right now, our units benefit from high morale. They're fast. They can chase them down. They're lightly armored. They can skirmish. But we have very weak cavalry. We don't even have cavalry. As far as I can tell, we don't have cavalry. We have elephants. And the lack of cavalry means that the Han factions they can really decimate us. So we have to be very spear heavy, and our ranged units are not safe. Ranged units just gets wiped out by horse units. So they have a superior. So it's a rock paper scissors. we have spears. Spears kill cavalry. They have cavalry, so their cavalry is going to kill our archers. And because we don't have cavalry, we can't really hunt down our archers. So our leaders are our pseudo cavalry. All our generals, we use them as pseudo cavalry to attack their archers because we have our other guys can't get them to them, and their crossbowmen are just way better than archers. So they have crossbowmen. We don't have crossbowmen. So their crossbowmen have superior range, penetration power, and those things will basically eat us up. So we're forced to close distance as soon as possible. So we can't dilly dally. They've got siege engines, so they can just sit there and just shoot me. I am basically charge. It's just like charge, and if they actually withstand the charge, if they withstand the charge, we're probably going to lose the battle. It's pretty much how it works. But if we are able to terrify them with an elephant charge, with our tigers charging them, they start shattering, and we start doing war cries. It's pretty interesting how that works out. Uh, we we've been incorporating more and more Han Chinese. Like here, we have a Han Chinese general. We've been incorporating more Han Chinese general into our armies, trying to supplement. So whenever we capture people and we can recruit them, we're recruiting them if we can afford it. Right now, we have negative revenue, so we want to solve that problem. We have negative revenue. We've got negative food production. So we've got stockpiled, and we have no trade agreements. So we have been switching sides. So the way we built our economy was trade based, not agricultural based, and we've basically sold a lot of our ports. We've sold our ports to the emperor, to the king. So we've got a lot of gold from that, but now we have no real trade networks going on. No one wants to be our friend. Everyone's we can't make alliances. Okay, we're gonna eat. That's pretty funny talking about this. I don't know who's still at war with us. This is a Joe Han. Sometimes it's really hard, even as a Chinese person, to know all these names because there are like so many different factions going on, and I have no idea who's this minor lord who thinks he can withstand us. But we're actually thankful that he's at war with us because it's going to give our armies a new target. Because the last thing we want to do right now is be at peace with every single person and have no, like, we have armies down there deployed there, right? So if we're at peace with everybody, then we're not going to be allowed to conquer anybody without flashback, I think. We do want peace, but we do want to strengthen our position in the south for the round 2 war. And we want to avoid war with Ma Tang and the Duke of Liang because he's just like impossible for me to invade. And if I can't invade him, he's just going to mow me down in the future. And war with anybody else is just going to weaken me and going to strengthen this dude. So our long-term strategy is hunt down this dude, Shamoke. Hunt down Shamoke so I could get more tribes, so I could finally ally with Han factions, with the Chinese factions. And when I ally with the Han factions, I'm going to start a conspiracy against the king before he becomes an emperor, so we can trigger an all-front war, so I can take back all the lands that I've sold to this guy. But this has to happen after we've secured the Ring of Fortresses with the Lady Wu, because right now we're even. If we're even, I have no negotiation power. I go to war somewhere else, you're just going to conquer everything back in the south. If I conquer that fast, you can conquer it fast too. So I need to take the ring. I need to somehow strengthen my position, slowly get rid of these dudes, then work my way with Lady Wu. Lady Wu is not an ally of the Emperor, so once I've taken this Ring of Fortresses, I say that's enough. And then that should have allowed me the chance to even pacify Mulu and Yafeng. These are Yangfeng and Mulu. These two tribal leaders are not that strong, but I dare not engage into them in a war. I've tried in other parallel universes to engage with them in warfare. Engaging with them in warfare looks like an okay idea until you realize it takes like 10 turns to pacify them. Even though they're so small, it takes like 10 turns. And 10 turns later, you invest all your troops in this region. Boom, you've just been betrayed. And you're poorer. So I've opted to say, look, Live and let live. We're gonna be on okay terms. Like, we don't have beef. Let's not fight. Let's not fight right now. We've got other things to worry about. Okay. Whew. Take care. Bye bye. God bless.